I'm Michael Herrera, CEO of MHA Consulting, and welcome to our Roadmap to Resiliency series. In today's webisode, we will speak with the Business Continuity Management Program Administrator for Central Arizona Project in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, for those of you who don't know Central Arizona Project, they're responsible for delivering 1.5 million acre-feet of water from the Colorado River to central and southern Arizona. 80% of our population, or 5 million people, live in that area where they deliver the water. Now, how do they accomplish this amazing feat? They deliver this water over 336 miles of aqueduct, pipeline, tunnels, and pumping plants. It's truly an amazing feat of engineering and people, process, and technology. So today, we will speak with the lady who's in charge with coordinating and ensuring the continuous operation of Central Arizona Project and their critical operation. So let's go talk to her. Well, Monique, thank you for being here today. And I always want to thank you for the opportunity to speak with you today, your friendship and your partnership working with Central Arizona Project. So thank you today. So let's get started. Thank you so much.
Thank you for asking me.
Thank you. Well, could you tell us a little bit about your program, your Business Continuity Management Program here at CAP?
We have a preparedness management program, and the components of that program, so we have business continuity, we have a recovery program, we have emergency operations, we have ITDR, and then all of the components of that shoot off of that. So we have a pretty mature program.
Very good. And how many years now has that program been in place since you've been working with it?
Well, I started at CAP in 1999.
Okay.
So I've pretty much have been involved in all aspects since 1999.
Excellent. So you've built it from the ground up to where it is today.
A lot of it, yes.
So
not all of it, but a lot of it, yes.
And I think a lot of times people don't really understand Central Arizona Project, but it's a tremendous infrastructure you've built to ensure the continuity of operations.
Yes.
Over that time.
Yes.
So outstanding. Well, you know, one of the things, again, in these interviews, we always like to talk to professionals like yourself and understand where you're at, where you're coming from, how you're continuing to learn. So I just have a few questions for you today.
Okay.
All right. So my first question to you is, many times business continuity professionals get thrown into business continuity whether they like it or not. So what my question is, with that being said, how did you get your business continuity career started?
My whole career started in the late 70s, and I worked for in corporate America.
Okay.
I happened to work in a building that had the data center in it.
Okay.
And just getting to know them and asking questions.
Right.
It's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? I kind of got introduced to off-site taking your tapes and sending them off-site for protection.
Okay.
And I thought how interesting that was. And then because I was in the records management field, I was responsible for records. And so it kind of tied together. The learning to protect the vital records of your organization and then sending them off-site for protection, it just piqued my interest. And I just kind of kept going from there, but it wasn't until I joined CAP that I actually was given the responsibility for a full program.
For the full program. Amazing.
Yeah.
So how interesting. That's how you got your career started in business continuity. You moved from one to the other to now leading this program for CAP.
You have to be able to talk to people. You have to be able to build those relationships and collaborate with people. You have to have business acumen. So you have to understand your organization and what they need so that then you can plan out your objectives and your goals, and so that you can meet what your company, you know, it's all about your company.
Yes.
So you have to be able to do that. So you have to understand it.
Right.
I think you have to be passionate.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
But you have to be passionate about it. I enjoy what I'm doing, and I think that makes it fun. Right. And, you know, it's not like, oh my gosh, I got to go to work, I got to do this again, I got to do another mop exercise, you know, kind of thing. So I enjoy what I'm doing. So I think you need to be passionate about what you're doing and really enjoy it.
In all the years I've known you, that you are enthusiastic, you're passionate, you present well. I've always said, working with you, you always are over communicating, which I think is a great skill, right? Because people can't say, I don't know what's happening.
Yes. the canal was built under, and we're still under the guise of the Bureau of Reclamation. So we're still a federal project, if you will. And so that always was in existence, but we didn't really have anything for the business units at headquarters. So because it started at the top, we had the support at the top. And I think you absolutely have to have that for a good program. So from there, then we started again kind of prioritizing what is it we need. So we did our first business impact analysis with you, with MHA, and that helped us to start identifying the priorities. What business functions weren't that important and they could maybe wait if we had any kind of incident or disaster. It became obvious that our IT function was a high priority. We can't function anymore without technology. So they do quarterly DR tests to make sure that they can recover our most critical systems that were identified through our BIA. And then having that support of management. So we don't have a large budget per se, a large business continuity budget, but we have that support, and they know that these are the key things that are important. Because CAP has to be able to operate and deliver water 365 days a year, 24 hours a day without stop. So that helps also to ensure that we have the support that we need for our program. Well, again, I think it goes back to being passionate. So I'm very loyal to my organization, and I believe that this is what they're paying me for, and so it's up to me to do my job 150%. And so it hasn't always been easy, but so up until a few years ago, I did have some staff, but now I run the program just by myself. And I think one of the key things too for me is that those business relationships. So I have several managers in other departments that are right there helping me if I need it. My direct boss, who's the risk manager, is very supportive of giving me the resources that I need. If I go and say, hey, I need to have help from MHA, from a consultant, then I always get it. So I'm not alone, and that helps. That helps me to ensure that the program that I do every year is successful, because I know I can reach out and get the resources I need if I have to have them.
I love that. And there's only one thing I want to comment. You tell me. I think you're very tenacious. Would you agree?
I've been told that.
Well, I think I think that's one of the key reasons too. One of the things I've recognized over the years, you're always very tenacious about, here's what I have to do, getting it done, and if it's not done right, we'll fix it.
Yes. You have to have those established business relationships. So, because it takes a village, as they say. I don't do anything by myself. You have to set clear objectives, so you know what you're doing. You don't just go do it. We're very fortunate that we have we own several properties that have made it easy for us to do a relocation exercise. So we have a primary site that CAP owns, and that has made it extremely easy. So if you have something like that, I mean, take advantage of what you have to work with, activating our Emergency Operations Center.
Yes, which has been a really good addition to the whole process.
Yes, and so the people that are on that EOC have an opportunity to practice.
Yes.
And that has worked really well. It's okay, let's look at where we can improve. And then, of course, we do the after-action reports, and we do the debriefing, and all of that is important, too, because you don't just do it to do it. You do it to learn and to improve the program.
Exactly.
I'm one of those that strongly believes that you jump in with both feet.
I love that.
To whatever you're doing. Because that's how we learn. You learn from other people. You learn from your mistakes. You learn from doing. And I try to share that same mentality with my training and awareness program here at CAP. I always try to have like something for fun,
right.
A crossword puzzle, scavenger hunt. I did one year.
Oh, that's got to have been fun for business continuity.
It was, so it's like, okay, go find the BDR plan over here.
I love that.
Go find the poster that says, we're accident free or whatever it was. So I try to do different things like that every year, and it does help to increase employees' awareness of the importance of being prepared.
Right. Well, that's outstanding. I mean, I just love the way you do that, because I know that even this year, I know every time you go to conferences and then you come back and talk to me, it's like, okay, what is she going to do now to enhance her program? But I like the way you do it, because I think you do it very intelligently, very thoughtfully, as to here's what I learned and here's how it'll make my program better. It's not just, hey, here's the flavor of the month. It's more, here's what I learned and how I can apply to make us better.
Yes.
Well, Monique, again, thank you again for your partnership, your continued business, and the opportunity to work with you. I greatly appreciate it on behalf of Roadmap to Resiliency. So thank you, and have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.